Oh, hello my friends. Just a quick one, as I know you've all been clamoring to receive the unsolicited thoughts and opinions of some sweaty old swamp boy. So today I am answering a question older than time itself. Are paint pens actually good for miniature painting? And spoiler alert, they're pretty good.
Swamp Rant Miniatures.
So for this paint pen excursion, I decided to test them out using some Eldar miniatures because they have a good balance of nice and easy to paint stuff like the armor and some smaller, trickier details like their little gems and whatnot. Green Stuff World had very kindly sent me some of their refillable pens for this, which come in two different tip sizes, a larger one for slapping down your base coats and a slightly more petite one for your finer detail work. They're really easy to fill up, just pop off this mumbo jumbo at the end and squirt your paints in with some thinner to help them flow properly. I found a roughly 50-50 blend of paint to thinner works pretty well for getting the right consistency, but you might need a touch more if your paints are on the thicker side. Now the very first thing I noticed about these pens is just how much faster I was able to lay down my paint, especially my base coats. Probably sounds obvious to most of you already, but unfortunately I share a brain size with the common garden snail, and it hadn't occurred to me how much time I'd save in not having to faff around with thinning down the paint in my wet palette, wicking the excess from my brush, making sure it's flowing properly, cleaning it in a dirty old teacup every few applications, and then accidentally drinking the paint water. I did find myself almost dunking these into a cup of water fairly regularly just out of muscle memory, but once I'd forged the neural connections necessary to overcome this, it really was smooth sailing. I was slapping down paint with reckless abandon, using speeds that were previously unheard of in the great Rattian swamplands, and I was having a really good time doing it. These Eldar miniatures have a lot of nice edges along their armor plates, which I was kind of worried about beforehand as I wasn't really sure how the pens would handle this more nimble task, but surprisingly they held up really well for the edge highlighting, especially when using the finer tipped pen. You know, these lines might be a bit thick for some people's preferences, but I could easily neaten them up using some of my previous red colours, and the ease of application greatly outweighed the negatives of any extra thickness in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but edge highlighting can be a bit of a pain in the arse for me as I struggle finding the middle ground between a thin brush that gives you nice crisp lines but dries out after 4 seconds of painting and a nice wet flowing brush that easily overshoots your lines and smudges everything up. So these pens were a bit of a revelation in that regard as the fine tips give you enough mobility for some relatively nice tight thin lines, while the consistent flow means your tips are never drying out and you can get some pretty uniform results across the miniature. I did have a bit more trouble in building a smooth transition with my layers in some areas though, like on these helmets. I mean, to be fair to them, painting white can be kind of challenging to get right even when using regular brushes, but the more rigid tips of the pens did sometimes lead to a slightly streaky appearance as the paint couldn't spread out as well. In hindsight, maybe I should have used the larger tip pens for this as the smaller one had to use so many more brush strokes to cover the area, creating a bit of a texture in the paint, so that might be a bit of user error or one of the difficulties in painting to pure white, but it's something to be mindful of. I didn't encounter this issue when I was using the finer tip pens for the smaller details though, like painting in some definition on the faces. In these areas they actually did really well, although I wasn't feeling quite brave enough to attempt any eyes with them. My ability to paint eyes on miniatures is about as effective as a one-winged pigeon at the best of times, but I reckon it's maybe possible. One thing that was entirely possible though was the use of the pens with metallic paints. Again, I was pretty surprised by this as I thought maybe the metallic pigment stuff would gum up the tips quite quickly or just not flow at all well, but yeah, they had no issues with this, and I've heard that 8 out of 9 grandmothers recommend using them for this purpose. So the paint pens were working pretty well at this point. I was able to hit the majority of the details using them, although when it came to stuff like the little gemstone things these Eldar boys have on their armor, I wasn't entirely confident in my ability to get a good looking result, so I just went for a very basic little green blob essentially, doing the same for the lenses on the helmets too. It maybe would have been possible to get a nice little gem effect using these, but I felt like it would have been quite difficult and very tedious, so I didn't bother. But while gems were not their strong suit, another area they were really well suited for were these kind of camo line effect things I was doing for the Shroud Runner minis. I find it quite hard to get nice straight lines when I'm using a brush for these kind of tasks, but the stiffness of the tip on the paint pens made this feel so much easier, and although my placement is very questionable, the lines themselves were pretty nice. I wasn't sure if they'd be as effective on these little ruffled up capes as they were on the wider open spaces on the vehicle, but yeah, again, I think they worked really well, and I actually preferred using them to a paintbrush as I could be more precise with the stiff tips. Don't get me wrong, they could definitely do with a bit of a touch up, but they weren't too bad at all. So this is about as far as I felt I could get using the pens only, and to be honest, it's much further than I thought it would be. Before I started out, I imagined getting my base coats and maybe a little bit extra on using the pens, but in actuality, I've easily done about 80 to 90% of the total painting I'd want to do for these guys. I'd say these miniatures are easily tabletop standard, you know, some areas are a bit rough around the edges, but if you're just looking to paint some boys up for a bit of gameplay action, you could really do a lot worse than this, and I usually do. So I don't think these are the be-all end-all, you know, you're not going to win a golden demon using only paint pens because of some of their limitations, but these really are a genuinely good tool to add to your painting arsenal if you want to speed up your paint jobs or do a lot of batch painting for armies. I wanted to finish these guys off with the remaining kind of 10 to 20% of the final details that will really make them pop, like sorting out their faces a bit and painting in their little gemstones properly. So while I do that, let me give you the main strengths and weaknesses I came across while using the paint pens. First of all, as I said earlier, these are a great way to speed up your paint jobs. If you're painting an army especially, you're going to be blocking in a bunch of the same colour for your base coats and initial highlights, and having the ability to do so without having to go back and forth between your palette and water cup constantly genuinely saves so much time in the long run. This makes batch painting a much more efficient process overall, and for me it just felt less monotonous and like I was doing a colouring book, which is great for my snail-sized brain capacity. If you get refillable ones, you can use whatever paints or inks or contrast and speed paint equivalents you want, making them a very flexible vessel for your painting, although there are some caveats. The main one is that you have a near constant flow of paint from the tip of the pens, which is great for stuff like base coating, but not so great if you wanted to use these for washes or something where you want to splash a bit down and then use your brush to move it into the crevices. With these pens, you'd just be adding more and more wash with every brush stroke, meaning you'd quite quickly oversaturate your crevices and details. So yeah, you can technically use any kind of paints in these, but you need to be mindful of how they'll behave with that constant flow and effect. Also, as you saw, I wasn't able to hit some of the really fine details or technical areas like the gemstones and eyes using the pens. Maybe it is possible with a bit more practice, but I felt like these areas are much more simple to do with a brush, so it felt a bit pointless to spend a ton of time trying to do them with the pens instead. I was surprised with how much control the paint offered for things like edge highlighting though, especially when using the finer tipped one, and I think I'll be using them for this more in the future. One thing I did really like about these pens is that you can basically take them anywhere, you know, you don't need to lug around palettes and all your other brush painting accoutrements. You could literally just take a sack of paint pens and your miniatures and go sit in a field and paint them up if you want, which is a nice option to have. And kind of a random benefit, but these things are so much nicer to hold than paint brushes. You don't have to go full claw hand for them because they're nice and thick, and holding my brush afterwards felt really thin and awkward, so yeah. There we have it, my friends. The official verdict is in, and paint pens are great for painting miniatures. They're not the be-all end-all, you know, but they're a great tool to have if you want to make your painting process more efficient or just slap out a bunch of tabletop quality miniatures with little effort. These things also have a much lower barrier to entry in the sense that you come home from work or school and you're tired and you want to paint, but you can't be bothered to get all your paints and palettes and water and brushes and everything else out. With these, you can just pick up a mini and start painting instantly, and I think that's pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think. Are they a viable option or are they a pile of shit? Either way, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe or leave a like or a comment. And as always, I have been your friendly neighborhood swamp rat, and I will see you very soon in another video. See ya!